I'm Marcus Thompson, and after 15 years leading rescue operations across East Africa, I've learned that every lion rescue teaches us something new. But Case File 77? It taught me more about lion intelligence and family bonds than any textbook ever could. This story happened 3 years ago in the Masai Mara. It involved a young male lion who'd become separated from his pride during severe flooding. What started as a routine wildlife rescue became the most emotionally powerful animal encounter of my entire career. This is his story, and I'm sharing it because it completely changed how I understand these apex predators. The ending will challenge everything you think you know about lions, proving they are capable of emotions and recognition that science is only just beginning to understand. The call came at dawn from Samuel Kiprotich, a Maasai elder and wildlife scout whose knowledge of animal behavior is second to none. His voice was puzzled. "Marcus, we have a young male lion stranded on a small island in the Mara River. The flooding was severe and now he's trapped. Now, flood rescues are part of our standard protocol." But then Samuel said something that caught my attention. "Marcus, there's something unusual. He isn't behaving like a typical stranded predator. He's not showing distress or attempting a dangerous crossing. He's waiting, like he knows help is coming." That detail, that observation about his unusual patience, made me prioritize this case immediately. "Samuel," I asked, "how long has he been there?" "Since yesterday evening," he replied, "but I've been watching him since sunrise. This lion is showing intelligence that suggests he understands his situation and trusts that rescue is possible." I assembled my A-team, Sarah, our brilliant wildlife vet, and Mike, whose engineering solutions had revolutionized our rescue systems. "This should be relatively straightforward," I explained as we took off in the helicopter. "Adult lions are strong swimmers, but a river in flood is dangerous even for them." Sarah was already deep in her research. "Marcus, if he's been stranded overnight, we need to assess for dehydration and psychological stress. Lions are highly social, and isolation can affect them significantly." Meanwhile, Mike was checking his gear. "Boss, I've got the reinforced transport platform and the modified tranquilizer system. For a healthy adult male, this should be a textbook operation." But as you'll see, it was anything but textbook. When we arrived, what I saw confirmed everything Samuel had said. This wasn't a panicked, desperate animal. A magnificent young male lion, about 4 years old with a mane just starting to fill out, sat calmly on his small island. He watched our helicopter approach with intelligent curiosity, not fear. "Look at his body language," Sarah said, looking through her binoculars. "No pacing, no stress calls. He's alert and attentive, but completely composed. This is highly unusual for a stranded predator." The island was tiny, maybe 30 meters across, surrounded by a fast, churning river. He could have tried to swim, but he chose to wait. Samuel radioed in with crucial context. "Marcus, I've been tracking this lion's pride for 2 years. He was separated during yesterday's flash flood, but his behavior suggests he believes a reunion is possible." Our approach had to be perfect. With lions, it's not just about overpowering them. You have to consider their complex social intelligence. They can read human intentions. The key, I told the team, is to approach this as a cooperative effort, not a capture. Lions respond to calm, confident behavior when they know we're here to help. Sarah's expertise was invaluable. "Marcus," she explained, "young male lions are naturally curious. If we do this right, he might actually welcome our assistance." Mike positioned our equipment for optimal safety. "Boss, I've set up the platform to approach from the side he's been watching all morning." Sarah had the tranquilizer dosage calculated to the milligram, just enough to keep him calm without causing post-rescue complications. The conditions were perfect. And then, as we began our final approach, something remarkable happened. The lion stood up, walked to the very edge of the island closest to us, and sat down again. It was as if he was presenting himself for rescue. "Did you see that?" Mike asked, his voice filled with amazement. "He's actively cooperating. It's like he knows exactly what we're trying to do." Sarah's tranquilizer dart was a perfect shot. But the lion's response was unlike anything I'd seen in 15 years. Instead of being startled, he looked directly at Sarah, then settled into a comfortable resting position. "Incredible," Sarah reported. "He's not fighting the sedation. He's accepting it. Heart rate is stable, no signs of fear." As the medication took hold, he maintained eye contact with us. His expression wasn't confused. It was trusting. It was almost grateful. Mike's transport platform worked flawlessly. We moved the sedated lion safely across the river and onto the mainland, where he could reunite with his pride. The recovery was textbook. Within 90 minutes, he was alert, responsive, and showing normal behavior. We watched from a safe distance, ready to intervene if needed. "Vitals are perfect," Sarah confirmed. "He's not showing any stress from the transport. He actually seems to have benefited from the rest." But what happened next is what made case file number 77 legendary among our team. As the lion fully recovered and began to move away, he stopped. He turned around and looked directly at each member of our team, one by one. For 30 seconds that felt like an eternity, this magnificent predator held our gaze. Not with aggression, but with acknowledgement. It felt like he was memorizing our faces. Then, he did something that still gives me chills. He walked to within 20 meters of us, sat down, and made a series of soft vocalizations. Samuel immediately recognized them. "Marcus," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "Those are greeting calls. He's thanking you. I've never seen a lion make those sounds to humans before." Then, the lion performed what I can only describe as a bow. He lowered his head and shoulders while maintaining eye contact, before turning and walking confidently toward his pride's territory. "Did that really just happen?" Mike asked, clearly moved. "Did a wild lion just personally thank us for rescuing him?" Sarah was already documenting everything. "Marcus, this is unprecedented. That lion showed emotional intelligence that challenges everything we thought we knew." 2 hours later, Samuel radioed with the perfect conclusion. "Marcus, he's reunited with his pride, but here's the remarkable part. He led them back toward your rescue site, almost like he was showing them where the help came from. The pride spent the rest of the day in an area visible from our location. The young male would occasionally look in our direction and make those same soft greeting calls. He's telling his family about us," Samuel observed. "In 20 years, I've never seen anything like it. Case file number 77 fundamentally changed my understanding of lions. This wasn't instinct. It was genuine recognition, gratitude, and communication. It taught me that successful rescues aren't just about saving animals. They're about building bridges of trust and understanding." This encounter influenced everything that came after. Sarah now incorporates emotional intelligence assessments into all our predator protocols. Mike designs equipment that accommodates cooperative animal behavior. The techniques we learned proved invaluable in later cases, like the whale rescue in case file Tower 234. But what stays with me is that moment of connection. For 30 seconds, a wild lion chose to communicate gratitude in a way that transcended the barrier between our species. That pride continues to thrive, and Samuel reports our rescued lion has become one of the most successful males in the region. If you think a lion thanking his rescuers is incredible, wait until you hear about the elephant herd that demonstrated collective memory of human kindness across generations. These stories prove that wildlife rescue is about far more than just emergency intervention. Sometimes we're building a trust that benefits both humans and animals for years to come. Subscribe and hit that bell, because next week I'm sharing the elephant rescue that proved these magnificent animals never ever forget an act of kindness. What animal intelligence story do you want to hear next? Let me know in the comments. Your feedback helps me choose which cases will be most inspiring. Thanks for watching.